Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 11 emojis you should never use in other countries. So you're used to using emojis all the time with your friends and your family when you're talking to them on your phone. But in some countries, you should never use certain emojis. Whether you're traveling or talking to people from other countries online, these are tips you have to know. Some emojis, which means good things to us, may not mean the same to people in other countries. So guys, make sure you check this out, and why not press the subscribe and notification bell too. Coming up first, we have waving. Okay, you're probably thinking waving is a very neutral thing. I mean, we all do it usually to say hello to each other, right? Well guys, unfortunately if you use the wave emoji in China, you're gonna really hurt some people's feelings. The waving hand emoji is actually a sign-off in China. It's what you would use to end a conversation, but in a very rude way. It's basically like saying don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah, you don't exactly care that someone's left, in fact you want them to leave. Many people also use the emoji in a rude way on something called WeChat in China. WeChat is like a chat room in China where anyone can enter and talk. But the wave emoji means we're no longer friends on WeChat. So guys, if you're talking to someone from China, do not use the waving emoji. It's so crazy how a wave is so neutral and happy in one country but can be so rude in another. Next up, we have thumbs up. Okay, so believe it or not, the symbol for good is actually very bad in many countries. And I had no idea about this, but luckily I haven't been to one of these countries and done a thumbs up. Okay guys, so why is the thumbs up emoji so bad? Well, first off, it's offensive in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. Well, in those countries, the thumbs up is incredibly rude. It basically means sit on it, which is incredibly rude. Obviously, unless you really didn't like the person, you would never say this. So guys, if you're talking to anyone from Nigeria, Afghanistan, Iran, or Iraq, do not use this emoji. And of course, if you go to these countries in real life, don't give anyone a thumbs up. I wonder how many tourists have got bad looks after giving someone a friendly thumbs up. Next up is OK. So everyone knows the OK symbol. It's kind of where you make a ring with your finger and your thumb. And it's usually just a happy thing saying everything is A-OK. But in certain countries, it is actually an insult. Yes guys, the A-OK symbol is actually rude in Brazil, Turkey, Germany, and Venezuela. It's kind of strange as these countries aren't really near each other. It's pretty much like they're all over different places in the world, but for some reason the A-OK symbol is not A-OK in those countries. So guys, basically it means you're calling someone an a-hole. Now that's not very nice, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to do that normally. Especially if you were trying to say something was a-OK. So guys, make sure not to use the a-OK emoji in these countries. Next up, we have crossed fingers. So many people do crossed fingers as if they're wishing for luck. If you need good luck, you're probably gonna say to someone, cross your fingers for me. But if you're ever in Vietnam, then do not say this, and also don't use the crossed fingers emoji. In Vietnam, crossed fingers resembles a female body part. Yeah, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, and I'm not sure why crossed fingers would ever mean that. But for whatever reason, it does. So guys, do not use this emoji in Vietnam. Next up is horn. Okay guys, this emoji is known as the horn or the corner. Now in the USA and UK, we may know it as rock and roll. Many celebrities and musicians always do this hand symbol. Now, some don't like this symbol as they say it means devil horns. But that's actually not why you shouldn't use it in certain countries. In certain countries, doing this symbol actually means I'm going to cheat with your wife behind your back. Now that's pretty specific and rude, but that is what it means. The countries where you shouldn't use it is in Italy, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, and Colombia. So guys, never use this emoji in those countries or you'll risk offending someone a whole lot. Next up, we have middle finger. So guys, this one's kind of self-explanatory. The middle finger is known as a very rude thing to do to anyone in actually every country. That's why I put it on this list, because there's no country where this is not considered rude. I was quite surprised at this as I thought in some countries it would be okay. But it turns out that all over the world, this is something bad. So guys, no matter what country you're in, if you're arguing with a local there, you can always use this. I'm just kidding guys, try to hold off doing that in other countries or your own. But it is pretty interesting to know that this is a universal symbol all around the world. Next up, we have open palm. Okay, so you may be wondering, what could an open palm even mean? Well guys, it's something you should actually never do in Greece, and it's known as the mutsa. This is an emoji you should never send to anyone. The meaning is so rude I can't even really mention it in this video, but let's just say it's about a certain male body part. Anyway, showing this open palm on an emoji or in real life in Greece is a big no-no. So guys, don't send this to anyone Greek or you risk offending them greatly. Next up we have peace. So what could be so rude about peace? Well, the peace sign is actually fine all around the world if you have your hand facing towards the person. But if you have the inside of your hand facing towards you when you do the peace sign, then it's considered rude in some countries. These countries are pretty much all Commonwealth countries, and it's known as the V sign. That's right, just by flipping the peace sign around, you can offend people in countries like the UK, Ireland, New Zealand, and Australia. This is a declaration of war, and it dates back to when they used to cut people's fingers off so they couldn't use bow and arrows anymore. So guys, this one does have a long history to it, and it's not nearly as offensive as the middle finger in the UK. However, it is still seen as a rude thing to do to someone, so make sure you don't send anyone this emoji in the UK. Next up, we have left hand. Okay guys, so you may be wondering, what could be so bad about your left hand? I mean, it's just a part of your body that everyone sees, right? Well, in some countries, sending a left hand emoji could be seen as giving a left handshake. This left handshake is 100% not cool in certain countries. Those countries are Iran, Pakistan, India, Malaysia, and Egypt. That is because in many parts of the world, the left hand has been traditionally used for cleaning yourself, if you know what I mean. You use your right hand for doing things like writing, shaking hands, and eating, but the left hand is used for very private cleaning. So guys, that's why you should never send anyone a left hand emoji, as it could be seen as a left hand shake. Next up is Vulcan salute. Okay guys, this is kind of a bonus fun one for any Star Trek fans out there. I'm sure we've all seen the Vulcan salute emoji. But guys, I have a really big feeling that would offend people from Klingon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with supporting the Vulcans, but if you're surrounded by Klingons, then do not do this symbol. And of course, if you're talking to someone Klingon, then don't send them the Vulcan salute emoji. Okay guys, but that is it. Those are the emojis you should never use in other countries. I hope this video helped you guys out when you're talking to people from these other countries. And who knows, maybe if you go to these other countries, you'll now know not to use these hand symbols as well as the emojis. But guys, vote in the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most surprising emoji you should never use in another country. For me, it's the thumbs up, as I never know it could be so rude in other countries when it's so nice in this one. And guys, I wanted to make sure you guys visit my second channel. I've got some amazing life hacks and tips to help you in your life on there, so check it out. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.